And this should be some game. Mark Webster in his singles match against Poland missed 13 match darts.
First leg, Australia
with the Poles sat on
first.
tops to win the doubles. He nailed that fabulous 112 finish. So for a place in the semi-finals.
Well, yes, and he opened that final leg with a 180 as well.
140.
Good start for him here.
190.
Simon must be wondering what he's got into. Thought he had a good start, 140, but then your opponent comes back with the 180. It's debilitating.
Sometimes you just wonder, don't you, when you win matches that you're not supposed to. In effect, a free pass through to the quarterfinals.
100.
Perhaps play with a little less pressure.
Well, I see this all the way, this particular matchup and the rest in this tie between Wales and Australia. I think it'll be nervy, twitchy, probably go right through the pairs. A lot of similarities in these two teams. Just where the players' heads are in their careers and such, and you know, it's very difficult to separate.
North Wales, Mark Webster very proud of his roots.
45. Australia, you require 120.
That's a great dart, Simon Whitlock. Single for the double, for the perfect start.
Game show of the first leg, Australia. Second leg, Wales, who's through first. 93.
Well, scrambles to get a decent score to start his leg. Not the most emphatic
97.
reply to Whitlock's 120 finish. A 93. This is better.
Well, it had to be. Before the dart had even reached the board, Mark Webster knew where it was going. Wales, you know, haven't failed to reach at least the semi-finals in all three previous stages of the World Cup of Darts. Beaten by the Netherlands in 2010, lost to England in the semi-finals 2 years later, and lost in a deciding leg in the doubles to the English
100.
in the semi-finals 12 months ago.
A semi-opening for Whitlock. If he gets a 140 or better.
140.
I think 124 slightly easier than 128. If he gets a chance. A treble 20 would give Mark the chance for the bull. No. Whitlock just finished 120.
63. Australia require 124.
This one a little harder. Needs treble for bull.
Bullseye.
94.
Bad time to switch back to the 20s.
Wales, you require 65.
So just one dart. Double six. Likes it over there.
Scores in the second leg.
I like that approach. I preach it
Australia to throw
everywhere.
first.
You know, the 65. If you hit the ball, you don't just pause and make a big fuss like, oh, isn't that unlucky? You just get on with it like you meant to do it, and 9 times out of 10 you'll hit that double.
90.
Simon's first 180. Mark's had one in every leg so far.
97.
Not this one, of course. I'll hope to answer at some point.
Now it's getting interesting.
140.
That was unlucky. Look at this. Just flicked through the flight, didn't it?
100.
Wow, phenomenal. 117 average for Simon at this point. 2.5 legs in. 119. And Webster,
105.
another mediocre 96 in comparison. But it's not. It's great darts. Great match.
Australia here requires 76.
2-1. Has to move over, but tops is the target. Was never in doubt. This has been an incredible performance so far from both players, but
Game on.
magic from the Wizard.
A very good flow to the play as well. Complementary pacing. It's contributing to this excellent standard.
100.
Incredible to think it's 6 years, a little over, since Webster beat Whitlock to win a Lakeside World Championship.
100.
What's happened since then? For both players, Whitlock holding on to his place in the top 4 in the world.
Well, yeah, and since that time, Whitlock probably, you know, ironically being more successful since moving to the PDC than Mark, who won at the Lakeside. You just can't predict these things necessarily. They've both done very well anyway. I'm not putting down Mark's effort, but just you have to say Simon's done a little more, had a little more success in his time in the PDC.
Whitlock very popular in Germany whenever he comes here to play.
40.
Oh, needed 2 trebles to recover, really. This is letting the leg slip that he started. Whitlock, very good position. Has 6 darts for 164. He's going to get at least a 20 to leave the 100 here.
64.
Didn't look like a great shot, but it's good thinking, because it gives him the possibility of 2 darts at tops.
Now, disappointing like this from Webster, and this a chance for Whitlock. It will be a break of throw if he can win this leg. He throws for the match in the next. That's a lovely dart. He's had success previously. And for the 3rd time in this match, he wins a leg on top. It's clinical.
And how important was that little 64 strategy to give himself 2 darts for tops? Well, potentially, and he sure enough hit the treble the first, but if he left 104, he would have only had 1 dart at double, maybe. Probably. If that. These little tricks, these little cheats, when you're moving down and leave better finishes, they pay off.
Well, the Australians have bad memories of losing to Wales in the first ever staging of this tournament back in 2010. They went down to 1 sudden death leg. Mark Webster and Barry Bates, remember him? Won through to the final.
100.
Well, I'm sure he's glued to this match somewhere. Guarantee it.
85.
Well, Whitlock favourite to win it in this leg. It's been emphatic, hasn't it? Really has. A dominant performance from Simon Whitlock.
100.
Yes, and Webster certainly came out of the gate well at 180 in each of the first 2 legs, but he only won 1. Now the 3rd 180. But his overall play has not matched that of the Wizard. The consistency has been with the Wizard. 102 average. Webster only 86.
57.
The 180s helped.
Well, but it's almost helping the contrast, serving as a contrast to show how poor a lot of the rest of his turns are. It's almost in a negative way, being an emphasis in the match. 72 after scoring 72, down to 52. Or 90, yep, correct. 2 singles will leave 1 dart for tops.
To stay in the match. It was always awkward, wasn't it?
Well, he moved to the left because although they weren't close to the double in the point, but the flights are there and it can be visually distracting. I noticed that with Simon. He kind of moved a bit and made an adjustment when he hit tops the last time. And that was from adjusting from the treble. This time, just clear sailing straight in for the match. The 52 clinically finished by Simon.